This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. We are here with Premier International Tours. Since 1994, they have been providing the specialty of soccer tours, soccer travel to Europe, South America, for young athletes across the nation. I'm here with the founder, CEO, owner. Thank you so much for joining us here, Luke. Why don't we begin, first of all, with yourself? You have 30 years dedicated to this industry. You yourself began as an athlete, 20 years as a goalkeeper. Let's go back, first of all, and tell me how it is you got involved doing what you're doing.
It's a little coincidence, sitting on the birthday party, talking with somebody else, and then 1 and 1 is 2, and I have the job. And I started off in the Netherlands from 1980 to 94, doing what I'm doing now here. And just being lucky, being the right person, the right place. In 94, we took the plane to the US, and that's where we are, and that's what we love.
Wonderful. Speaking of what you love, quite a privilege to be able to keep doing what your passion is all about wonderfully. Let me ask you this. Obviously, there are school soccer programs across the nation, as well as soccer clubs. These are the folks that you serve. What is the difference between a soccer club and that of a school program?
Yeah, there are two different programs. What we see is that, of course, we have traditions in the US. American football is a school sport, college sport, and then the NFL. What you see in soccer, it's slightly different. Yes, they play in schools, but the majority, the bulk of soccer is in a club atmosphere. So it's basically club and then going to college and then maybe go to the MLS or go to Europe to play internationally on a pro level. So that's a little bit the difference.
Wonderful. You are conveniently located here. The headquarters in Denver, Colorado. We're a short throw away from the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs. Share with me, are you able to serve the Olympic development programs as well?
Yes, we did, absolutely. In the 80s and 90s, we contribute quite a lot by sending youngsters all over Europe and play pro teams, youth pro teams. And that was a unique experience. They went to the Netherlands and Germany and Spain and Italy. And actually, I'm going to have some meetings again in April with US Youth Soccer, who's like organizing ODP travel. And we're going to see what we can do again for them. It's an excellent program.
Wonderful program. Obviously, you have proven your success throughout the years. Quite honestly, thousands of boys and girls soccer have come through and taken advantage of an experience that really is second to none. How does that make you feel starting it way back then?
You know, it's I consider myself very fortunate because I had two hobbies in life. One is soccer and the other is travel. And I was able to combine them into my profession. It started like when I was a 12-year-old. I lived in the Netherlands and we had an exchange with a German team. So we went to Germany, played a game over there, socialized with our German friends. And that brought like really the idea of the excitement of like international soccer. International soccer is available for pro teams, but not a lot those days for youth teams. So when I got the opportunity in 1980 to be part of an organization, I grabbed it with both hands. And in 94 we immigrated to the US with our family and we started building up the US market, and right now we're the market leader. Was sanctioned by the National Soccer Association, Soccer Coaches Association of America, and we're the official team travel partner of the United States Soccer Federation. And that's a huge achievement in itself.
Huge achievement. You are the market leader, quite honestly, because you have set the bar very high for yourselves throughout the years. Obviously, as a parent, our number one priority is make sure that my child is traveling abroad and they're in good hands. Is that the number one priority here for you as well?
Yeah, obviously. That's a no-brainer. The safety of a kid is number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we have developed a network of representatives and everybody is in a safe and a secure area. We will never send teams to an environment which has not been checked and rechecked by our staff all over the world. It doesn't matter if it's Buenos Aires in Argentina or Madrid in Spain or Oslo in Norway. We always take care of the kids first. And of course they have their own chaperones.
Like you said, basically it's top priority for the parents, the safety, but it's a minimal requirement for you because quite honestly, these athletes, they are out touring the country, but they're really not treated as tourists. Basically, they are treated as guests in another country that how do you go about doing that, making sure that they're experiencing something that another tour group cannot provide?
I think it's like training of your staff. We tell our people in Europe, in South America and Middle America that those kids here in the US, they work their butts off for 1, 2, 3 years to save the money, to do fundraising. We expect only perfection. And thank God we have very good staff who are striving and making that happen. Again, it's like it's a once in a lifetime experience for many kids, and we accommodate that. And yeah, it's not just a single job; it's a job over a couple of hundred people all over the world. Yeah.
Wonderful. Not only are these athletes learning about the passion of soccer, they love that, but not only some of the experiences, they don't take place on the field, but off of the field as well. Like you said, you experienced that for yourself. Not only that, but coming back home with an understanding of sportsmanship that maybe they didn't leave with to begin with.
You know, they learn a lot, the kids. Honestly, I think they learn more about being a human being and being appreciative of the beautiful country we live in. I think they learn more about like the international world. They learn more about international soccer. They appreciate the game more, because if you go to Europe and you see that people live their sport through their veins, over here we live our sport through entertainment, so we have a different angle on that. But if kids go to Europe or South America and they see how passionate people are over there about their game, which is soccer, then everybody will be extremely excited. I think that's one of the biggest things what kids can do. And of course, they're exposed to different types of cooking. A lot of kids come home and they will hug their moms and say, "Man, I never appreciate the way you cook for us, but I had some problems like with the food we got in England. It was different, and I have to say that I love your food, and thank you, Mom, for everything you did so far for us."
Do you yourself remember that first meal that you might have eaten abroad with friends and possibly folks that you've never sat down with before?
Oh, absolutely. I went to Germany, and we ate like baked bloodwurst. And that was an experience for me. And my parents told me, no matter what happens, no matter what you do, if people offer you something, you try it and you say thank you. So that was the way I was born and raised, and that's basically how we train our customers as well, because it's very important that they at least try.
As your name implies, we're talking about Premier International Tours. This is not just another tour group. You are fully sanctioned. You have an official status that you are basically out there worldwide. Touch on that again for us. You had mentioned it prior before.
Yeah, again, it's pretty much based on our status and what we have achieved in the 30 years I'm doing this. We achieved that status. The National Soccer Coaches Association of America is the biggest federation of soccer coaches in the world. They have like 20,000 members, and they rubber stamp our programs. In addition to that, and that's even maybe a little bit more impactful, United States Soccer Federation, which is like the umbrella organization of soccer, they called us their official team travel partner, and that's an achievement in itself. We're very excited about it. It helps, besides the fact that it's good for your ego, it helps as well to convince the parents like, hey, you're in good hands, because if the federation tells you that we are trustworthy, then the parents feel safe to send their kids abroad.
Wonderful. I believe one of the things that, as I looked at a lot of the testimonials, something that really sets you apart, we should say, is the fact that we're not talking about a tour where one size fits all. You really take a customized approach based on the special aspects that each one of the teams may be wanting to approach when they're out abroad.
Yeah, every team is different. Like last year we had a team, they wanted to go to Pamplona to see the running of the bulls. There's no affiliation with soccer, at least not till last year, and we accommodated that. We got their help as well, and yeah, everybody's different. Like we have teams going to Argentina. You have to go to Argentina and you have to teach to dance the tango. We accommodate that. Of course, they go to pro soccer games. Like we had teams going to El Clasico, Barcelona versus Real Madrid. We have teams going to international games, through via our local people there. We had a team going to Spain versus France. We had teams going to games of Man U, of Real Madrid. So I think we can offer it all, and we really tailor to the needs of all the travelers. Yeah.
Quite a broad spectrum they're actually experiencing out there. So quite honestly, if they're looking for a competitive tournament, you've got them covered, or possibly just a friendly one, all the above.
Exactly, yeah. The tournaments are, of course, a little bit more of an international atmosphere. We have many tournaments where the teams already in the bracket, like in group play, meet 4 or 5 different nationalities. And that's in itself is like a heck of an experience for a kid, because they play first a German team, then a Spanish team, then a team from Argentina, and then a team from South Africa. So they have 4 experiences before they advance to the next rounds.
Like you mentioned earlier, it was an international exchange that you yourself experienced. I mean, it's not like you came along and began a company and not knew what it felt like to experience that. Is that what you're trying to basically make happen, that awe feeling that you felt as well, and pass that on to the youth?
Yeah, again, I traveled 2 years ago myself to Argentina. I was able to go to El Super Clasico, which is the game of the games in that country, with 85,000 crazy people in the stadium. River Plate versus Boca Juniors. The feeling you get in that stadium is basically something I want to give out to all my travelers. Like being excited about the sport, being excited about your environment. It's an amazing experience. And again, every time when you can offer that to a kid or to a college soccer player, we're there to help them. Absolutely, yeah.
You're basically saying the Luke doesn't disappear when you're a youth or a college, like you yourself. You just experience it within a couple years.
Yeah, I'm in my 50s now. Of course, you can't see that, but I'm in my 50s now, and there's still that spark in me. Again, if you can offer a kid that excitement, the kids are so passionate about their game, and if you can help them to make them even more passionate and to make them understand like the world of international soccer, it's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
What a beautiful thing, folks. Take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. On the website, you're going to get a clearer idea of what the company is all about. You can take a look at their local staff here as well. Also check out, they've got the local tours. Basically, the tour of this year is right there. You can check out, as well as upcoming tours they've got, they're going to be providing. Check out the testimonials, because quite honestly, I'm as excited as we can make this sound. It is truly out of the mouth of babes and of these enthusiastic athletes that will tell you that this is experience of more than just soccer. Basically, like he said, of a culture, of lifestyle, experiencing something that is a once-in-a-lifetime situation. You yourself, I would imagine the greatest reward must be the fact when they come back, you're able to hear some of the stories. Can you possibly leave us with just one story maybe that possibly moved you?
Yeah, I have a lot to pick from. If you look at our testimonials and our references, I think one of the stories which caught me most last year was a team from California. They went to Spain and they were accommodated in a classroom. That's like a typical European way of accommodating the teams. And the coach was accommodated in the same room as the kids. And he heard one of the kids said like, man, this is like an amazing experience. I'm in the world of soccer. I'm in Spain, the #1 country in the world, and I'm experiencing this. I cannot say how excited I am about this experience. And then you hear it from a kid himself. And those kids, like, they have worked hard, like they have to do a lot of fundraising. Like we help with fundraising as well. One of our backbones of the organization is we have a national raffle. Like the grand prize of the raffle is like 2 international flight tickets. Kids get the raffle tickets from us. We fully sponsor everything. We pay for the flight tickets. We pay for the printing costs. Kids can sell off the raffle tickets for $5 each. If they sell 100 tickets, they have $500. They keep it for 100%. So we help them as well to make that dream come through. Yeah.
Making their dreams come true. Wonderful. Obviously, you are the leaders when it comes to soccer touring. Any other sports that you make available?
Yeah, we're helping, of course, other sports and other events. Because of our sports, because of our soccer contacts, we come in contact with other people. Next week we have a culinary tour going to Spain. We have a university in Denver, and they take like 30 students, and we're going to one of the best restaurants, 3-star Michelin restaurants in Spain. We're doing basketball tours as well. Europe is getting more and more on top of the basketball world. Spain, Greece, then South America, Argentina, and we bring like basketball teams over there as well. Yeah.
Wonderful. Viewers, take a look. Last time at the bottom of the screen right there, that is the Premier International Tours, headquartered here in Denver, Colorado. You can contact them if you're nationwide or worldwide via the phone, or possibly right there with their contact on the World Wide Web. Remember, that is Premier International Tours, basically taking the students, athletes abroad. A wonderful experience for anyone that is a once in a lifetime experience, not only for the youth, but also, it sounds like, for the folks that go along as well.
Absolutely. We have a lot of parents joining the team. Sometimes we have groups with 15 players and 30 parents. And of course, business like that's of course very interesting, but I think like the appreciation is even bigger, because as a family they can keep on talking about that once in their lifetime experience. Even like 10, 20 years after that, when kids get married, you see always those groups who travel together, sitting in a corner, discussing all those funny stories and great stories they had about their international soccer tour.
This is your family of soccer tour enthusiasts. This is Gary Atensi with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know. This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. We're at East 17th Avenue at Solhaus. Let me ask you, Chris, you are the founder. You've been serving Denver for over 12 years now. When you first got back, what was the original vision you were hoping to bring to Denver?
Well, originally in 1999 when we opened, there wasn't really a place to shop for men. There's a few boutiques, but nothing that carried or specialized in small, independent, hard to find stuff that men would, enjoy to be a little bit different. Where a lot of guys were going to the mall and wearing like Tommy Hilfiger or Abercrombie, and so we decided to travel the world to bring back different stuff that's going to be more cutting edge and have guys be able to wear something different than what their friends are wearing.
Somebody were to hit you on the street there and ask you, give me a quick overview of everything you've got under one roof here. What are you telling them?
We carry everything from conservative stripes and plaids. We carry hip-hop, punk rock t-shirts. We carry even Western shirts. So a little bit of all the different lifestyles. We like to say that here at Solhaus, every man can shop here. Not just a specific type of person, but people can come here and find their style.
Wonderful. Let's start off first of all. If somebody comes in here looking for a pair of pants, are we talking about some local designers as well, or are we talking about something you guys bring in?
Like I mentioned, we carry stuff from all over the country and all over the world. We do carry local designers as well. Usually, like I said, small, independent, cutting edge fashion, but at affordable pricing as well. We don't want to overcharge.
Okay. Let me ask you, the belt buckles, are they making a comeback, or they just have never left?
A little bit of both. They kind of come in and out, but they never leave at the same time. But you'll find, some months, we sell a lot more belt buckles than others. But generally, they're constantly in style and fashion.
Let me ask you also, for a night out on the town, a guy's definitely going to find himself something here. But let's say you want to grab an eye or two going out in the business world. Tell me about these customized ties you guys have. You guys got some great looking ties.
The ties that we carry come from Detroit, and it's from a girl who does all the hand silk screening herself, and a little bit edgier, a little bit different than your average tie, and they're quite affordable. We only charge $38 rather than going up to $100, or so for some ties that we see. And she likes to play with a lot of different, a little bit darker themes, but fun and edgy at the same time.
First of all, you've got pretty much from head to toe here, but you guys also have some accessories here. We're talking everything from wallets to basically belt buckles to all the way down to cufflinks probably.
In addition to the clothing that we carry, we do have fun gifts also. And we carry what we call mantiques. We do vintage bar sets. We do vintage clocks and radios and cameras also. A lot of people are into that kind of stuff. And so we try to carry stuff that's going to be unique and, like I said, different for Denver also.
Speaking of gifts, basically this is a men's boutique. Men walk in here, but you know what? You've gotten the attention of a lot of women out there online because basically they know this is a place they can walk in and get a gift card or basically come in and find something for the significant other and make them look good, right?
Oh, definitely. We carry stuff in addition to the things that we carry for men. We have a lot of women that shop here for themselves and looking for gifts for either boyfriends or friends or husbands.
Chris, basically on any given day, looks like you're running the shop today. So when somebody comes in and let's say they don't know what they're looking for, they're not sure what basically their style is, are you able to help them out and service them there?
Oh, definitely. Here at Soul House, we actually try to have people come in and feel comfortable in the store. We actually brought in bar stools where people can come and hang out just to check out what's on the walls. We don't pressure them into buying anything. We actually want people to feel not like customers, but feel like they're family and friends. So people come in and we treat them like that.
When you come down here, a lot of people say, it's one of those shops where you can basically drive by and you might just miss it, but it's kind of the locals that do come in here, they basically know it's the place to come, hang out, and find something very unique. If somebody's never come in the shop before, is there anything you would tell them, or basically especially you might give to our viewers out there?
A lot of people come in not exactly knowing what they're looking for, but we bring in stuff from all over the world and country trying to have stuff here where we help them find their individual style. And once they start shopping here, they will be the best dressed man in town.
Absolutely, and what's nice about it, like I said, if you don't know what you're looking for, you're definitely going to find something here. You basically you've got a facility here that's pretty tight. Every inch of it, you feel like you've pretty much filled up pretty well. You've even got hats out there. You've got caps and hats for people that want. So we're talking a complete head to toe. You're talking about customized socks that you guys got on the walls and everything in between. As far as gifts out there, are people able to go online and find you guys on Facebook and that type of thing?
You can find us on Facebook. We do have a website with a blog where we post clothing that we carry. We have gifts that we carry, and we do kind of fun stuff as well. We do customer tattoo of the month, which we post on there, as well as just wacky fun videos and crazy things that we find too.
Chris, you've been serving the community for over 12 years here. Obviously, you guys are a local business. As far as giving back and being community involvement, tell me some of the events you guys taken part in.
We actually have taken part in fundraisers, sales for the customers. We do a Midnight Madness sale where people can come in and shop until midnight. We like to do, we've actually done fundraisers for Haiti, as well as disaster relief with the Red Cross, and a lot of uptown related community outreach as well.
Wonderful. And like you said, you even got some, when you're talking about a local independent as far as bringing designers in and what have you, you've got regional, local. Tell me about that. What does that mean when you go out and let's say you guys are bringing in a new watch line or something like that? How does that work?
Yeah, we actually deal with a lot of smaller companies like ourselves when we bring in everything from the gifts to the clothing. We like to be on a personal basis with our vendors so that we know the type of people that we're selling. We want to carry things from people that we feel that are really, nice, cool people also. We take some of our staff members on buying trips with us so that they can be informed and they can actually get to know the vendors as well, so that when customers come in, it's not like they're just selling a product. They're actually selling the company that we represent as well.
What you're going to find is when you come into Soul House here, you're talking about men's clothing from head to toe. They're going to make sure that you feel comfortable here, you feel welcome here, and you're going to see something that definitely as a man nobody else probably has out there, and that makes the beauty of it. And so it's 17th Avenue. You see their phone number at the bottom of the screen right there. Feel free to give them a call if you have any questions. They can walk you through anything. And make sure that when you hit the town out there in Denver, you are looking absolutely fantastic, and you're not looking like a run-of-the-mill guy who just went to the big department store.
Exactly.
This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know. Until next time, if you know of a business who you feel the whole city should know about, nominate them, we'll send a reporter out. This is Gary Atencio from CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.